Welcome to NBA basketball. I'm Damon Bruce, and we've got it for you here on 2K Sports. A Sunday broadcast of the NBA. It's going to be Andrew Bogut in the Milwaukee Bucks up against Elton Brand and the Philadelphia 76ers. And that's a wrap for me here in the studio. Now let's send you out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you again at halftime.
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Bucks come into town for this one. Kevin Harlan here alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. 2K Sports welcomes you to our coverage of the NBA. Here are the starters from Milwaukee, all brought to you by State Farm. Drew Gooden and Andrew Bogut, they're inside. Steven Jackson is out there with Jennings, and it's Red in at the small forward. And for Philadelphia, Iggy and Brand are the forwards. Hawes rounds up the front court. Holiday and Meeks in the backcourt. Now here is Bogut. Jennings with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Red. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it three.
Beautiful play there. Absorbing the contact and going to the free throw line for one.
Boy, I like the concentration he showed there. He knew he was going to get hit, but kept his eye on the hoop. Now he has a chance at a three-point play.
Well, once Allen Iverson left Philadelphia several seasons ago, it seemed like the 76ers lost their identity. But this past season, they started to carve out a niche for themselves. They're a young, athletic team that defends, and they play hard together.
And here's Jackson following the three from Drew Holiday. And that one's good.
Man, is he hard to defend. You play him one way, he'll just go the other.
Backing him down is Iguodala. Powered down with both hands.
He squeezed that on as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
Well, better safe than sorry. I mean, you got to be sure when you're in traffic.
Right side Jackson from outside the arc. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jackson's got 5 points so far. And when you move out of an era like that, you talked about that, Steve, it does take time to find an identity. Clark, you've been through that as well, and you can certainly appreciate what the 76ers are going through.
Yeah, they certainly are building a nice identity, and they're basing it on toughness under head coach Doug Collins, Kevin, and that's impressive. They're definitely a team to keep an eye on. They're on an upswing, no doubt.
Now let's find out what head coach Doug Collins had to say to Doris Burke.
Well, he didn't budge the fact that this is a defense that can strike fear into the hearts of opponents. While he knows it won't be an easy task to overcome, he feels his team is prepared to do what they need to do to succeed. He said, "We know what we're up against. I don't think they know what we bring to the table." Sounds confident enough, guys.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
Well, one of the things you got to do here, Kevin, and Steve, you can't afford empty possessions against this team. You've got to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, that's for sure, Clark. You got to make them count because you know you're not going to get a lot of open looks. So make sure you make the defense move the ball, try to get good looks, and make them pay. Now, Brandon Jennings' numbers did not take a huge leap forward last season during his second campaign in the NBA, but he and Bogut really developed a nice chemistry together. I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
Here's Philadelphia. 4-point game. Backing him down is Iguodala. Fades back. And the 76ers tack on two more. Back to Jennings and Bogut. They really worked on that pick and roll until they really got it right.
Well, they're two highly skilled players. I mean, Jennings is excellent with the ball. Has improved a bit as a shooter. Bogut is outstanding when
and he slams it home. Here's the replay on the Spike Slam King.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some... too.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
Iguodala with the steal.
So a couple of poor possessions now in a row consecutively. Both times turnover. That's not productive basketball. That's not winning basketball.
Nah, Clark, you know, you start stringing errors back-to-back together, you lose all momentum in this game.
Here's Holiday. Backing him down is Iguodala. Again, Philadelphia. Here is Jennings.
A few things you know you're going to get with a Scott Skiles coach team. Tough defense, tough-mindedness, fundamentals are going to be demanded. That was a formula that worked for the Bucks in their playoff run in 2010, but they need to find some offense now.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Tony Batiste checked in for Hawes. Nocioni comes in for Elton Brand. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Meeks. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Drew Holiday. Milwaukee also making some changes. Douglas Roberts comes in for Michael Redd. And Earl Boykins is subbed in for Brandon Jennings. He feeds it to Boykins. A baseline J. That's good. Back to Skiles. Unfortunately, last year they were just okay in those areas. But, Steve, they just had a horrible offense.
They were very good defensively, Kevin, but they just could not score. And I think that's the big challenge this year for the Bucks if they're going to get back into the playoffs. They've got to find a way to get easy. And that's the problem when you don't protect the ball.
Exactly. When you surrender the ball like that, you put your defense at a huge disadvantage.
Here is Boykins. There's 53 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Williams picks him up. It's Douglas Roberts on the wing. He's covered by Nocioni. Fires from deep. And another three for Milwaukee.
Now, they're not worried enough about him. They've got to tighten up their defense.
He's against Gooden. Nocioni passes to Williams.
Nice time to use that foul to stop the layup.
You know, if you can save just 1 point, that foul was the right move.
That one is off. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Andre Iguodala. That's off as well, so he misses both. And it's the Bucks ball. Turner with the steal. Williams inside. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Williams has got 7 points in the game. Here is Boykins. He's guarded by Williams. Williams with the steal.
The reaction was so quick. Incredible defense.
Too open that time. Made it look too easy. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Jackson. Can't hit. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. 76ers lead by 4.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what I've seen from this club defensively. They're 4.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start.
You know, the story with Milwaukee last year was a team that just struggled to score the ball, Kevin. I mean, nobody was able to consistently put it in the basket for them.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Luke Richard and Baamute out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Earl Boykins, and it's Michael Redd, and it's Jackson, and it's the shooting guard. And Doris Burke has a report for from the sideline.
Kevin, Drew Holiday, the starting point guard for the 76ers, you forget just how young he is. To give you some idea, in his third season, he's almost 2 years younger than their rookie draft pick from last year, Evan Turner. Despite that, he's been a mentor to Turner, who said he absolutely loves made my transition to the league so much easier by just being a good friend and showing me what life in the NBA is all about. Guys, their lockers are right next to one another at the Wells Fargo Center, and they could just be the Sixers backcourt of the future.
They've become a terrific team. Thanks, Doris. Here's Williams. Another three for Philadelphia. Here is Boykins. And Clark, on that note, only $6 in double-digit scoring averages last year. With Jennings, the fleet-footed Jennings, topping the list at 16.
You know, it's just the fact that the top scorer was only at 16 a game.
Yeah, and Jennings is shooting about 40%, so that's part of the problem. He takes a lot of shots. He doesn't always make them. So usually you need your top scorers to be high percentage shooters. It allows you to get back defensively, and it allows you to really be able to count on somebody night after night.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Iguodala comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Holiday in for Evan Turner. And then for Milwaukee, Andrew Bogut checked in for Ilyasova. Douglas Roberts comes in for Steven Jackson. And it's Jennings in for Earl Boykins.
This team just looking to run at every opportunity.
Circles around them is what they're doing. I mean, pushing the tempo and really enjoying an advantage there.
And Douglas Roberts gets to Jennings. Bogut down low, guarded by Hawes. 6 on the shot clock. Top of the key, and he nails the jumper. 6 points for Bogut.
Collins has been in the league for a long time, and no matter where he seems to bounce around to, he always finds a way to improve that team's defense.
And that one's good. And the 76ers lead by 11.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Jennings dishes to Douglas Roberts. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Well, Clark, more on Doug Collins. You can expect the 76ers to be a tough defensive team as long as they are under his watch. And, Steve, that's the one thing I think that he teaches as well as anyone, is defense.
Yeah, no question. His teams always compete at that end of the floor. He's got a great game plan. He understands his personnel, and he puts people in position to succeed based on their talent.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And, you know, guys, last season, the expectations for Milwaukee were really high. But they just couldn't live up to those hopes. They won only 13 games away from home all year. And when you can't win on the road, you can't really be a successful NBA team.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Jody Meeks comes in for Lou Williams. The Bucks also changing it up. Drew Gooden has checked in for Mbah-a-Moute. Delfino comes in for Michael Redd. And Steven Jackson is subbed in for Chris Douglas Roberts. It's blocked. The 76ers leading by 11. Tipped. Left side, Jennings. Takes it up, and it's Gooden with the...
Well, he brought the big man stuff that time.
And they wanted nothing to do with him.
Yeah, not what the coach had in mind when he drew up the defensive game plan.
Back to the Bucks. You know, Clark, you'd better play well on the road if you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a must. I mean, you got to be really solid and good at home and then respectable on the road. And the Bucks only won a third of its road games, and that's a definite way to be watching the playoffs.
Yeah, Steve just said 13 wins. It's hard to believe, but that's what they got, and so they're going to have to improve on that. Back to Young. Bucks trail by 7, and a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, hey, Kevin, for Coach Doug Collins, it's always been about being candid with his players. As Andre Iguodala says he loves the relationship, saying, I always wanted that with a coach, to have an open dialogue and tell me the truth. I think we need that. The Sixers enjoyed some success with Coach Collins, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Good line of communication there with Coach Collins.
And really with the coach, That's what you want as a player. I mean, honesty and the feeling you can talk to him candidly and straightforward.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Here's Iguodala up and in on the layup. Iguodala's got 19 points.
No, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there. I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Tony Batiste checked in for the 76ers. Rand comes in for Andre Iguodala. The Bucks also changing it up. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Bogut. Red comes in for Carlos Delfino. And Chris Douglas-Roberts subbed in for Steven Jackson. Here's Holiday. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Holiday's got 5 now. Bucks trail by 10. Stolen. No one back. 2 on 9. All going up court. Finished off the break. He's got 7.
He's put on an offensive clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
And if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this.
It's been a complete game for him, hasn't it?
Yep, I agree with you there. I mean, he's been in the middle of everything going on.
And stolen by Ilyasova.
Too risky there on that pass.
And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. And we finished one half of basketball. 76ers on top. They lead by 8.
Sunday, a great day for basketball if you ask me, so let's recap all the action here on HP at the half. Out in Philadelphia, the 76ers have the lead against the Bucks. Physicality taking over the game. They are muscling their way around the paint. For Andre Iguodala, it's been too easy against Milwaukee. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. And for the Bucks, it's a grinded-out effort. Too hot to handle offensively. They're scoring with a lot of confidence. Steven Jackson playing well in the first half. And, of course, the big Aussie, Andrew Bogut, making his presence felt. The two players who have had an easy time finishing off around the rim, here are your leading scorers. That'll do it for us here. We'll go back now to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the start of the third quarter.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Here's Holiday.
You know, even though Philly got bounced early by the Heat last year, you have to think it was a very valuable learning experience for that team, especially as young as they are.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the 76ers, Iggy and Grant at the forwards. Hawes rounds up the front court. Holiday and Meeks in the backcourt. Here's Iguodala, and Bogut sends it back. Bucks trail by 10. Red passes to Jennings. Passes it to Bogut. Latrey. That's good from Jennings on the assist by Bogut. Bogut's got 3 assists now in this one. Back to what you said, Clark, about the 76ers. With their youth, any playoff exposure is a big boost.
Yes.
And Steve, Doug Collins talked about this. Hey, we're going to get great experience here for this young team.
Yeah, and a lot of their young players got to see a lot of action during that series. And, of course, playing against a great team like Miami, going against the best, there's no better experience for a young club.
Now Jackson. He's got 12. Jennings kicks to Jackson. And they're pushing it up. Outside Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 12 points in the game.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today. Well, Drew Holiday came into the NBA after just 1 season at UCLA, but he's already a starting point guard. 6'4", very athletic, and a leader as well. I think he's got a bright future.
Tony Batiste checked in for Philadelphia. Here's Jackson. Now here's Jennings. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Jackson. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got his 4th assist in this one. Talking about Drew Holiday here, and he promises to be a terrific player, especially a special player at the defensive end of the floor.
Excellent size and quickness, and pretty strong too. A wiry kind of strong is Drew Holiday. He can really give other guards problems. I think both guards. He can defend points and shooting guards, and that makes him extremely valuable. And I think he likes defense. Well, he's certainly going to have to like it playing for Doug Collins.
He better. You are right there. He better. Just 5 on the clock. It's 1 on the clock, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
That's 3 for 4 field goal shooting here in the third, so offensively they're looking good.
Shot from the wing, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. Here's Jennings. He's got 7, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Goodman dishes to Jennings. Fires from 14. Shot's good. Jennings has got 9 points.
There's that little sweet spot, that mid-range shot.
The shot. Bucks trail by 8, and here's the break. Here's Bogut. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. 8 points for Bogut.
I really like that guy. I still feel they were out of the way to get into the play. This ends up running into a very focused and supremely talented Miami Heat team.
Bogut got him down. Brooks anticipated the pass. Terrible.
And he anticipated the kick out and came up with his skill.
That shot by Holiday, no good. Back to that playoff series you're talking about. Philly gave it their best, but Miami just had too much power for them. They did win the game. Go to Philadelphia on Sunday afternoon. I think it was Easter Sunday.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Nice win for Doug Collins and those Sixers. But, Steve, this is just the beginning, I think, for the 76ers.
Yeah, I thought it was a great win for Philadelphia. Just winning that one game kind of validated what they accomplished during the regular season, and it sets the stage for what comes next.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And then for Milwaukee. And Baramute's checked in for Bogut. And Preston Roberts subbed in for Steven Jackson. Here is Williams. 14 points for him. No Sione for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. No Sione's got himself on the board with 3 there. Williams against Jennings. Goes to Red. Here's Gooden. Puts up the baby hook. And another basket for Milwaukee. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Well, let's just hope it's a bump or a bruise and that he's back out on the floor soon.
You know, Steve, just one of those things. It does happen in the course of battle. We'll see.
The 76ers making a switch right here. Rand's checked in. Here's Turner. And the 76ers take out 2 more. Here's Jennings. He's got 9.
A chance to go for the 2-for-1.
Well, we'll see if they can do that.
Stolen by Brand.
You know, with that one, he's getting up there in turnovers. I mean, 4 and all now. He's got to be better with the ball to get his team back into it.
Got a piece of rebound. The 76ers.
This is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Jennings for 3. Gets the bucket. Jennings has got 8 here in the quarter.
It's a good thing he showed up today because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
3-pointer. Shot's good by Turner. And the 76ers lead by 10. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Andre Iguodala has been sensational.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, through the first 3 quarters, Steve, he's taken exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. I mean, that's poise that is very impressive. And that's exactly how you should play the game, in my opinion.
And we'll be right back here in Philadelphia. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. We've seen the spark in this game come from Lewis Williams. With the way he's played off the bench, Coach might be looking for ways to get this guy more minutes or even into the starting lineup going forward, guys.
Great, Doris. Thanks. He has been a true catalyst, Clark, off the bench.
Boy, I tell you what, I mean, he gave them something they'd been lacking. I mean, it basically changed their attitude and their disposition out there. I mean, he had that kind of impact.
And that's something you don't always see, guys. I mean, a player coming in off the bench and assuming a leadership role, that was impressive.
On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. And Ba Amute is down low with Bogut. Will Boykin's out there with Steven Jackson. And it's Red in at the small forward position. Outside Williams. Shoots over Boykins. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Got such a good feel for his shot today in a really good groove.
Bucks trail by 10. Williams picks him up. Deflected. Now, here is Red. Turner covering. Red's shot is right there.
He's put on an offensive clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
Yeah, and if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this.
A moment for our Gatorade injury report.
Hey, guys, the head athletic trainer for the 76ers, Kevin Johnson, provided some information for us. It's not the news they were hoping for. His ankle is severely sprained. He's finished for the rest of the game, and indications are he could miss a lot of time down the road.
Thanks, Doris. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I don't know, though. I mean, one way or another, it seems to me as though it's going to be a long time before we see him back in uniform.
Yeah, such a shame, guys. You always hate to hear of any player getting injured, and this one, this does not sound good.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Young. Jody Meeks comes in for Evan Turner. And it's Holiday in for Lou Williams. Milwaukee also making some changes. Drew Gooden is checked in for Bogut. Douglas Roberts comes in for Mbaamuta. And Delfino is subbed in for Michael Redd. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
How about this, Kevin? Just 2 seasons ago, Drew Holiday was the youngest player in the league and actually had his grandmother living with him in Philly to help watch over him. He's come a long way.
Now Boykins. Here's the break. And here comes the break. Here's Douglas Roberts. It's good. Assisting on the play was Boykins.
As soon as they made that steal, it was off and running.
Yep, and they acted on it, partner. That's an easy 2 points off the pilfer.
Andrew Holiday now living on his own, and he held his own in the playoffs against Miami. Steve, he played well.
He did more than hold his own. Kevin shot better than 50% from long range, made great decisions with the ball. He really grew and matured during that series, and I think Doug Collins and the Sixers are absolutely ecstatic to have him leading this club into the future.
Bucks trail by 9. Here is Boykins. The three is launched, and again Milwaukee with the triple.
He has looked very comfortable from three-point land today.
Well, the bulk of his points, that's where they've come from.
Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin and Steve. I mean, everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
It makes it so much tougher to defend, too, when you have to account for all 5 offensive players and the ball. Just moves so quickly. Tough to defend that.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Douglas Roberts. Red comes in for Carlos Delfino. And it's Jennings in for Earl Boykins. Here's Jennings. Holiday knocks it loose. Solo break. Here's Iguodala. And no mistakes on the layup. Iguodala's got 26 points. Here's Jennings. The pass to Jackson. It's back to Jennings. Outside Jackson. Good look. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got 6 assists now in the game.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
Oceone is checked in for Elton Brand. Here's Holiday. There's the double team with Bogut. Oceone passes to Iguodala. And he drops it in from the low post. Iguodala's got 9 points now in just the second half. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 8. There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. There's a minute 34 left in the game. Quick shot. Steven Jackson. Captain Jack again. Jackson's got 24 points. Backing him down is Iguodala. Dives for it. And Milwaukee comes up with it. Bucks trail by 6.
seen Andrew Bogut getting it done. He's got 10 points and 1 steal.
And he misses the first one. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. The 76ers leading by 6. It's stolen by Bogut.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all. Man, they are both lighting it up here.
Exciting basketball, Steve. I mean, it's been back and forth. Each side dropping in points every chance they get. I'll tell you what, you watch this guy put it in the basket, and his scoring ability can just astound you at times.
Jennings against Holiday. Tires from the corner. Good! And now they trail by just 4. Now the 76ers with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Less than 1 minute left. Deflects the pass. Red with the steal.
They've done such a nice job disrupting this offense and forcing turnovers. Big-time shot. Really clutch.
Red with the steal.
My goodness, what a steal. Big plays like that can be the difference between a win and a loss in a game like this.
And they go to the intentional foul. Timeout called the 76ers. They're leading by 2. 26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so they foul intentionally. It's the first that makes it a 3-point lead. And he can't convert on the second. That misses. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
Yeah, defensively, some really good pressure being applied, though, so you've got to give credit there. It seems like they've been rattled a little bit.
Steve, you think they've been rattled?
Oh, they're rattled all right, and turnovers will kill you, especially with a team like this that can force turnovers and get out in transition. You didn't have much choice but to foul. Unfortunately, this is the last guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they stopped the clock, but these free throws are pretty much automatic. Taking full advantage of the charity stripe here. Stretching that margin to 3.
Here is Jennings, taken away by Holiday.
Well, as a coach, that kind of turnover just drives you nuts.
And that's because it should never happen, Steve. I mean, it just shouldn't.
Good foul there. They've got to lengthen this game and stop the clock here.
All you can really do here is hope they give you a chance to even it up.
And his second attempt at the line, no good. Baseline try. Money!
You love for any trip down the floor to end with a shot like that.
It's tipped. Throws it from deep. Bogut. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Iguodala.